Hello everyone, this is Shark. This is the second video on VaporOS and Stephenson's rocket. Today I'll be showing you how to actually build your own image. Before we do that, you need to make sure you have done a number of things in VirtualBox. For that you can go to Devices. There you want to enable shared clipboard, preferably bidirectional, and you go to shared folder settings. There you want to add a folder, preferably create a folder called SteamOS somewhere, for instance on C drive. Call it SteamOS and auto-mount it, and make it permanent. Then you can use that later to push your image to. So what we're going to want to do now is we want to pull in the Git repo. You can do that by opening a terminal and running the command git clone. We only want to pull only want the last version, so we use --, depth is 1, and https github.com/sharkrouter/steamOS installer. If you want Stephenson's rocket instead, you can use DirectX instead of SharkRouter. Then it will start cloning. This will take a while. If you look here, you'll see it's already created the directory and it's working on it. Now while that's running, we open another terminal and we install some of the dependencies for creating the ISO. We do that with sudo apt-get install. See, we need something we really need because it makes life a lot easier, is nautilus-open-terminal. There we go. For me it's already installed. I'll check what else we need. I'll post this in the description. You can just copy paste it into your VM now, because we need xorriso, syslinux, rsync, b7zip full and realpath, which I have installed already, so that's fine. So Git's almost done now. Let's go into the SteamOS installer directory. Currently it's still empty. Well, we'll wait for a bit. There we go. Now you see everything popping up. What you see here is everything you need to build your own ISO. I'll briefly go over everything that's important. Right now the most important directory is the pull directory. That's where you'll find all the packages which either I or DirectX added, which is actually quite a lot for VaporOS. Then in source packages you'll find the source packages for whichever packages we created. I recently created trim support package, and DirectX has created custom packages for LVM And for the grub installer, apt-get is used for, well, if you have a ton of dep packages which you want to add to the pool, you can use that script to get them all into the correct directories. Archive mirror is used to clone the SteamOS repository. That way you can, if you build an ISO, you can see if it isn't outdated. Changes is a list of things which have changed in Stephenson's rocket. No, not in Stephenson's rocket, in VaporOS compared to Stephenson's rocket. It's very specific about which packages, which is kind of cool. The default.proceed contains all the pretty much guides the installer if you use automatic installation. You will see that at line 190 packages are added for installation. Firmware contains all the firmware files. If Valve updates any, we will need to manually update that. It's a bit of a shame, but that's how it works right now. gen.sh is what actually generates the ISO. Post install is run on SteamOS after the installation is done. It also creates the post logon script, as you can see right here, which contains quite a few things. And the readme.md is just the readme on the Git repo. What we're gonna do now is we're just going to create the standard VaporOS ISO. This is not a release version yet, I think. So we run /gen.sh and you'll see the installer starts working. If you run it the first time, it will start downloading SteamOS dvd.iso, which is the Valve installer. This can take quite a while, it depends on your internet connection, and Valve is also usually pretty slow. But for me it's pretty fast right now, so I'm quite happy with that. I'll just wait a bit. Okay, now that's almost done. I'll tell you about some of the things it does. Right now it's moving all the packages from the ISO into the build root which it created. First it added the links for the firmware files, then it checked if there are no older versions or duplicate versions of packages. It removes those. Now it's generating a package list, which takes a while, unfortunately. There you go. Well, those warnings always happen, it's no big deal. Just started generating the ISO, and there you have it. Last thing it does, if you don't have an archive mirror, is it creates an MD5 file which contains a checksum of the file, so you can later make sure that it still works. or that is still the same pretty much. And if you have a clone of the repo, it will start checking if there are differences in version. That's it. What you'll see now is that you have your own VaporOS ISO and VaporOS ISO.md5. Now, if you want to have that on your regular computer, you need to open a terminal and you use the command sudo cp for copy VaporOS and then the name pretty much. You add a whatever it's called star to it so it picks up the MD5 as well. Then we are going to copy it to /media sf SteamOS. You can just use tab completion. Here you go, enter, it asks for your password. This can take a while, it will not output anything while copying. There you go. Then mine is over here, let's see. Yeah, it has copied it. So now I can burn it to a disk, I can put it on a USB stick, or I can test it in a virtual machine. Whatever you want. There you have it, that's how you create an ISO.